It's Sunday Night Football, so that means a chance to win $100,000. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. Don't you love this contest, Sunday Night Football, on the NBC Sports Predictor app for a chance to win $1,000? You know, it's like the weekend's over. Like, damn, I get back to work on Monday. Oh, but wait, let me flip this game on. Let me watch this game, see if I can win $100,000. Just so much I love about this contest. It's the only thing ever going on by this point in the evening. You can focus on your picks, focus on the game. I just absolutely love it. You guys remember over at the NBC Sports Predictor app, $100,000 to a perfect score. If you don't get a perfect score, they'll still give away a $5,000 guaranteed prize for the group of people that can get the most points. 7 simple, easy questions. Let's see if we can do it. I've got the research done. Follow me on the picks and win some money. All right, so first question is Russell Wilson passing yards and touchdowns. Look, Russell Wilson is averaging 345 passing yards per game. In terms of touchdowns, he's getting 4 per game. He's gotten 2 one game, a 5, and a 4 in the other game. If we look at his passing yards, though, and break it down a little closer, one game, his low is 288. That was against the Patriots, though. We know what Bill Belichick can do. He can take away anything he pretty much wants to take away. His high on the season was 360, so that's his range, 288 to 360. Meanwhile, in the Vikings, they're giving up 291 passing yards per game, but that is 28th in the league, so really not a very good pass defense going over there in Minnesota. The Seahawks have 13 passing touchdowns versus 3 rushing touchdowns, and the Vikings have given up 4 rushing touchdowns versus 7 passing touchdowns. I like Russell Wilson here at 315 yards to 332 yards, and I like him to have 3 total touchdowns. It is total touchdowns. It doesn't say passing touchdowns. He doesn't have any rushing touchdowns on the season, but I like him to just get 3 total touchdowns, and I think they'll all come via the air. All right, so the next question here, question 2, is who's going to have the first touchdown of the game? Well, Dalvin Cook has 6 on the season. Adam Thielen has 4 on the year. Justin Jefferson has 1 on the year, and all the other Vikings players has 2, with Madison getting 1 and Rudolph getting 1. If we go look at the Seahawks players, Lockett's got 4, Metcalf has 3, Russell Wilson again has 0 rushing touchdowns, and any other player for the Seahawks is going to come in with 12 touchdowns. Carson's got 5, Hyde's got 1, Moore's got 2, and then a bunch of other people have 1. Olsen, Swan, Hollister, and Homer all have 1 touchdown. But what I like about this is I'm actually going Dalvin Cook on this, and I almost went Seahawks any other player. As you guys know, I always go with any other player. But I went Dalvin Cook, 6 touchdowns. That's hard to ignore. But the Vikings touchdowns, of all the touchdowns they've given up, they've all been to the wide receivers. So while the Seahawks have a lot there to their tight end position, and the running backs also chipping in there with some receiving touchdowns, that's not what the Vikings have given up. If they give up passing touchdowns, they go to the wide receivers. They don't go to these extra players that are on the field. Like I said, running backs and tight ends. So the fact that that's what the Vikings give up on the defensive perspective, go ahead. I'm going to think the Vikings get the first touchdown, and it's hard to ignore Dalvin Cook and those 6 touchdowns. All right, question number 3 is who's going to have the most second quarter receiving yards? Look, we can look up stats, see who has the most, receiving yards, what's their average per game. But for me, I like to go off targets for this because it's hard to predict, when somebody's going to get their yards. But when you ask me one quarter, who's going to get the most receiving yards, the one thing I can predict is who's getting looked at most often by the quarterback. Who is the quarterback staring down the most, trying to attempt that ball to? And I think that's going to be the player that has the best chance to end up with the most receiving yards in the second quarter. So let's go through the percentage of targets by that individual player. Justin Jefferson's getting 20%. Adam Thielen's getting 31%. BC Johnson's getting 8%. Any other player we're just going to go ahead and remove because obviously you can do the difference there, but then it's hard to figure out what they're really going to do. Let's flip it over to the Seahawks players. Tyler Lockett's got 24%. DK Metcalf has 20%, and Greg Olsen has 13%. Bigger number there is Adam Thielen, and he's better by 7%. So I'm going Adam Thielen with 31% of the targets received, greater than 7% than the competition. Question number 4 is Dalvin Cook rushing yards and touchdown. He's averaging 106 per game with 1.5 touchdowns per game. But let's go ahead and break that down. Let's go look at that 106 yards and see what they've done. The Vikings have gone against the Packers, which is the number 9 rush defense, Colts, which is the number 4 rush defense, Titans are the 29th, and Texans are the 32nd rush defense. And the Seahawks are the third best and the Seahawks are the third best rushing defense. So the Seahawks obviously compare a lot closer to the Packers and Colts. So let's look at the Packers and Colts there. He got 50 against the Packers, 63 against the Colts. That's an average of 56.5. He got 3 total touchdowns in that game. I'm going to go ahead and lock in Dalvin Cook at 50 to 61 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. All right, let's go ahead to the next question here. It's the longest pass completion. The Seahawks so far this season, they've gotten a 62-yarder, a 57, and a 43-yarder. The Vikings have a 71-yarder, and their next one's all the way down to 39. But the Vikings, they've given up in their 4 games. The longest has been a 45. The next game was a 33, then a 61, and then most recently they gave up a 43-yarder. That average is 45.5. We look at the same 4 games for the Seahawks. Their longest pass completion that they gave up in each of those games was 44, 49, 52, and 57. That's an average of 50.5. I went ahead and added those 2 up and averaged them together. That's a 48 if you add the 45 and 50. 48 between the 2 teams. I'm going to go ahead and answer this one. 48 to 52 is how I'm going to answer this one. And I always tell you guys, I play this game on my wife's phone as well. We put in the same entry except for one different question. This is where on her phone I entered in a different answer. I'm going 48 to 52 as I just announced. On her phone though, I'm going 43 to 47. So if you guys are like me, play it with a buddy, play it with a significant other, and you guys are all the same except for one question, this is my one difference. I'm going 43 to 47 on hers. Total points in this game, the over-under is at 57. I've got this game 30 to 24. That's 54 points. So go ahead and lock me in there at 54 to 57. And then the winner and the win margin, I'm going to go ahead and say the Seahawks win this game. I just told you the score of 30 to 24, so obviously I have them winning this game by 6. Man, it's really tight winning margins here when you go and have to select the win margin, but I'm just going to stick to the score that I have. Even though I was thinking 4 to 5 just because you get 2 numbers, I'm going to go ahead and stick with what my research says, what my thinking says on this game, how I've handicapped this game. 30-24, Seahawks win. That's a win margin by 6. All right, let's good luck to us. Let's enjoy this Vikings versus Seahawks game Sunday night on NBC Sports and see if we can't walk away with $100,000 in our pockets. Don't forget, guys, I've got videos out there on Play Barstools for a chance to win $25,000, and I've got the Fox Bet Super 6 app for a chance to win $100,000, and we've got the NASCAR three apps totaling $60,000. Go ahead and check out all those videos and see if you can't put some of that money in your pocket. I'm Jason Mattis, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.